of course, in the area of Thessaloniki, in the area of Creta, in the island of Creta, in the island of Corfu, concluding this presentation, I would like to say that we are in the stand B1 along with Scufas law firm, and we can present to you more assets. You can find our link here, you can scan, you can find our link, the permanent residency in Greece.in, where you can find all details about the process of permanent residency, along with opportunities of real estate assets to invest.
For the nice presentation. If people have any questions and all, you can just raise your hand, introduce yourself and ask the questions.
How is the manufacturing sector there, and what is the availability of blue collar workers there who work in the factory? What is the environment there?
This is not my expertise. I'm an expert in real estate market. But with regards, as I mentioned before about the Greek economy is moving well in all type of services. I'm not an expert on the money business, but I don't know, Olga, if you want to share your opinion.
As it was said that earlier that there are many NPAs there in which investment opportunities lies in non-performing assets. So those NPAs, these exist in some business sector also, in commercial sector also.
Yes, in SME, small business and big business and wholesale cases, yes, there are a lot of NPLs there as well. Like I said before, since 2008, we went through a severe economic, not just economic, socio-economic, judicial crisis. And there have been a lot of NPAs. Luckily, most of these NPLs now have been offloaded from the banks, and they have been managed by special companies that were established by a law in 2015 for managing these cases. And in these cases, there are also real estate opportunities, if that's what you're asking for. But the good thing is now we are experiencing one of the best economic periods. I mean, I'm sure you've heard, we are just a breath away from achieving investment grade by all the major credit rating agencies. We have achieved it by some, and we are expecting to achieve it by all. So things are looking much better now. And what I also said that investors, what are they looking for? They are looking for stability and safety. This is now Greece. It's a stable and safe haven in social structure, in economic structure, in political structure, and in judicial system. So yes, there have been NPLs and SMEs, but the situation is now better. And a good thing is now that there have been expecting a great rise in NPLs because of the COVID situation. And this never happened. It never happened in Greece. That's a good thing. And it's another thing that shows that we have achieved this stability that we talked about.
If I may add on your question, if you have some time later today, you can visit our booth, and we can discuss especially about the NPLs, because we have the right contacts within the NPL servicing business in Greece, so we can bring you in contact for investment opportunities in the industry that you are looking for.
And the government charges high income tax, so how much is the income tax rate generally?
You are talking about the permanent residency program?
No, interest rate on the income.
For the companies or for the individual?
For business people. For
business, with regards and refers to the revenue, and it's from 25%, but depends the revenue scale that you belong.
Okay, thank you.
Possibilities in the investing in Greece.
I think for the benefit of the audience, I'll just add few points. Outside India, some of the laws has to be kept in mind. One is about the foreign exchange law, how much you can invest. For example, as per the loans, you can only send $250,000 per annum property, and if you make one fund transfer on 31st of March and another transfer on 1st of April, then practically in those 2 days you have done $500,000 investment. Similarly, if you have if you're buying in the name of your wife, again, then this could be double, because then there are two people, each of the individuals sending $250,000 US. So some of those aspects have to be kept in mind. One aspect is, as we know, the Indian income tax laws have become very transparent and very open as far as the collating of the information is concerned. So one has to be very cautious of the double taxation thought process, because if you are going on the route of becoming a resident in that country, and if you are also a resident in India, so one has to ensure that double taxation thought is very well kept in mind. So those are some of the inputs. So before you sign up for the investment and say, okay, the sign-up amount is only $10,000 and I am going to buy a beach facing property, think through those questions also, because otherwise somebody could be knocking at your door. As far as the corporate taxations are concerned, I think globally, the countries are trying to reduce the corporate tax rate to attract, companies to their countries. So again, that is going on globally right now. And generally, the corporate tax rate are hovering between 10 to 15%. Again, that depends upon the income. Till $500,000, for example, in Canada, you could be paying a corporate tax rate of 11% also. So these are some of the inputs one should just keep in mind while you go on the route of either buying on an individual basis a property or making an investment through a business, because business laws also are more flexible. So for example, if you have a company in India, you could invest 4 times the net worth of your Indian company as a share capital of a subsidiary outside.
Let me introduce, please. It's our head of operations in CIFAS. The name is Conundrum. Stamatis Fotianoyamopoulos. You can just call him Stam. He's the friend that I mentioned, the numbers guy. So any number, just invite him.
About the investors
And our lives.
and the return on investments, probably we can speak in more detail. Thank you very much.
So, whether you're seeking a new career prospect, educational pursuits, or simply a fresh start, the Residency and Citizenship by Investment programs play a pivotal role in assisting you. We at Migrate World, as leaders in the space, and with our core values of integrity and trust, are happy to be here. I think we've met quite a few people in the exhibition hall, and we look forward to meeting quite a few more of you throughout the day and having a lot of interaction so that we carry back a lot of value from this space. I think most of you would agree that migration is now a necessity for any upwardly mobile person. It's no longer a luxury for the rich and wealthy. In fact, a second passport unlocks a unique potential that provides more lifestyle choices. Today, I think the world globally is all about choices. Do I have a choice to move? Do I have a choice to change? And fortunately, we at Migrate World tick all the boxes and have been doing so for the last 15 years. We were established in 2007. So, when our clients come to us, what is very important for us is to get to know them, to find out what is it that they're looking for, so that we're able to guide them in the correct manner. And we find that global mobility does take a precedence over a lot of other things, because people don't want to be restricted by time-consuming visa processes. They need to be able to today move at the drop of a hat. Investment, of course, I think that's already been spoken about at great length. The ease of doing business, access to opportunities in the global markets, freedom of movement, security. We all went through the pandemic, and the freedom of movement for a safer future became suddenly very important for all of us. Education, as we all know, and employment, high quality education. In fact, I find that a lot of my clients are accompanied by their children, in the ages of between 18 to 24, and they try and convince their parents that no, I need to go because I need to educate myself, I need a broader market to be able to grow. And that is so wonderful to see when these young children accompany their parents. And they're looking for access to world-class healthcare. Of course, social and welfare benefits are there. I also do believe that, second passport makes one more employable, because your employee always wants to know, is it possible for me to put you at a particular space in the global world when I am working with you? Or is it going to take me 7 months to 1 year to be able to even think of shifting you out from wherever you are? So, that is how we work with our clients. What is very important at My Great World is that once we, with our clients, once we get to know them and once we understand what their goals are, we handhold them throughout the whole process till they get their residency and citizenship. Of course, a lot of them have become friends over time, and it's such a wonderful arena to be in, because even after they get their residency and citizenship, we do assist them with their bank openings, with company formation, with setting up businesses. So it's a beautiful global family that forms ultimately at the end of the day. Another question that a lot of our clients ask us is, and here I'll go back to the basics, what is residency by investment and what is citizenship by investment? So, residency by investment is a type of visa that gives you the right to live in a country, in the host country where you've invested in, exactly with all the rights that a resident of that country has. But it does not confer full citizenship rights. Of course, the residency being a visa is valid for about 5 years, and after that you can move towards a citizenship. We have found in India that most of the clients that are looking at residency programs, they are basically individuals seeking a second home, or they want a base for their international business activities. A lot of them want to try out, they want to see what are their options, they want to go and check out the country. So the residency becomes very popular for them, because I've got that placard saying 5 minutes left. So a lot of people like to, because they like to keep their original passport, which is what residency by investment does for you. You're able to keep your passport and yet have all the benefits of a residency. Citizenship by investment, by the way, is a long-term solution that gives the applicant, his or her family, the rights to establish in the specific countries, and of course the right to vote. It leads to a passport, and the whole world is open for you. For example, countries like immigration programs in Canada and USA, they want to see your intent. So that is why they want you to come and live there for a certain time. But countries like Greece and other European countries are not particular about the stay over there. It could be a short stay, they're not looking at long or permanent stay, except for, there are a few exceptions like Malta, etc. And the Caribbean passports, of course, do not look at a stay there, but the Caribbean passports exercise a lot of due diligence. The panel spoke about due diligence earlier. I'd just like to add here that it is a critical component, as it safeguards national security, protects the country's reputation, maintains program integrity, and ensures that individuals who benefit from these programs genuinely contribute to the host country's economic and social development. So due diligence is in short the process of conducting the background checks to ensure that the applicant is a safe addition to the country. And the more detailed the framework, by the way, the greater is the integrity of the program. The question straight away, it's the UAE. I think most of you here would agree that the UAE has taken over in the last couple of years, especially after the agreements between the governments and a proximity to India. A lot of people are going there, and we have a fabulous residency program with our company formation, with our partners on Free Zone. And is that the next slide? Yeah, okay. So here I would now ask Piyush, our CEO at Due Digital, to come, because I think you're the best person to talk about it, since he himself is going in for a UAE residency. So with that, I hand it over to him, and thank you so much for your attention.
I pride myself as being a global citizen. I've traveled all over the world, but what prompted me to really look at UAE or any other program? And I think the UAE became a first step for me to explore global citizenship. And the reason why this is being done is, we've talked about LRS, Ashish ji talked about it, we've talked about various different taxation and other issues. If you look at how the entire program is structured at the UAE, you're able to provide that as the first step to that global requirement. And we can talk about it over lunch, we can talk about it in the evening, but if I look at it, Medan Free Zone is really a very interesting proposition. Of course, there are multiple free zones, you're free to explore all, but this being in the heart of Dubai, it provides several advantages. It gives you a 2-year residency visa, which is renewed automatically if the company still exists. I have an Emirates ID, I can walk in and out of UAE anytime I want. And that's the kind of advantage. I have a bank account, I can start transacting out of there. Can I really open up a company there? Yes, you can. It's 100%. You can own that company. You don't need a local partner there. 0% income tax. Again, this is a free zone activity. So even if the 9% corporate tax is being applicable, it won't be applicable to you in most cases.
Immigration. One is, of course, economic, and then you have, I'm sorry.
Especially from our side of the world, where in South Asian region, if you look at this particular segment, they prefer taking a real estate with investment, and the returns on investment, they try to see if there are, because these are mostly holiday destinations where you'll end up getting free stays. You get ROI, or you might get some additional perks if you hold into property. But where in the donation route, what happens is the money that you given is gone, and there's nothing that you get against it. So they do prefer real estate investment.
People who are interested to relocate, to expand business, depending on each one's motive or choices. For example, a new trend in Europe, and especially in Portugal and Greece, in South Europe, is the nomads. And when we are discussing in many times about EB5 and the relocation for America, same time our countries face a very big wave from Americans where due to their nomad profile of working, either relocating or coming and living, but all of them, they are looking for an alternative option, a second option, open and potential, not obligatory through relocation, what you asked before, but just to have the second option. Not for the question, why Greece is popular.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, अभिषेक सिंह जी हमारे साथ में हैं। ग्लोबल रेजिडेंसी एंड सिटीजनशिप के लिए यहाँ पर कनक्लेव चला हुआ है, जिसमें जो है सर ने यहाँ पर स्टॉल लगाया हुआ ली मेडन में। तो सर जी, आपका मेन उद्देश्य क्या है जिससे जो है दर्शक लाभान्वित?
देखिए, अगर किन्हीं को भी यूएस में परमानेंट रेसिडेंसी चाहिए, मान लीजिए किन्हीं के बच्चे यूएस पढ़ने जा रहे हैं या पढ़ रहे हैं या फिर पढ़ चुके हैं और वहाँ पे H1B एक लॉटरी होती है, इससे आपको वो एक ऐसा वीज़ा है जो कि 3 साल के लिए मिलता है, तो लॉटरी सिस्टम में रिन्यू करवाना पड़ता है। लेकिन अगर आप वहाँ पे बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं, परमानेंटली रहना चाहते हैं, आने जाने में आपको कोई हासिल फ्री आना मतलब कोई दिक्कत ना हो आपको आने जाने में, तो आप EB5 कर सकते हैं। EB5 एक इन्वेस्टमेंट इमिग्रेशन वीज़ा है, इसको हम इन्वेस्टमेंट इमिग्रेशन वीज़ा बोलते हैं, लेकिन एक्चुअली ग्रीन कार्ड प्रोग्राम है। इसमें होता ये है कि आप $8 लाख हम एक रीजनल सेंटर है, हम डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स लेके आते हैं जो कि जिसमें आप इन्वेस्ट करते हैं और आपका पैसा 5 से 7 साल के लिए लॉक्ड इन रहता है। और इन्वेस्ट करने के साथ में एक पिटिशन फाइल की जाती है जिसको I-586E पिटिशन बोलते हैं। उसके वो अप्रूव होने के बाद आपको एक प्रोसेस है पूरा, आपको फाइनली आपको ग्रीन कार्ड मिलता है। आप एज गुड एज US सिटीजन होते हैं। सिर्फ 3 चीज़ें आप नहीं कर सकते हैं, आप वोट नहीं कर सकते हैं, आप मिलिट्री ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकते हैं, इलेक्शंस नहीं लड़ सकते हैं, मैरिज कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। और 5 साल अगर आप वहाँ पे लगातार रह जाए, मिनिमम 183 डेज पर ईयर आफ्टर गेटिंग योर परमानेंट रेसिडेंसी, आप सिटीजनशिप के लिए भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। ये आपके ऊपर है।
आने वाले जो बच्चे हैं उनके लिए बहुत बेहतर अपॉर्चुनिटी है।
एब्सोल्युटली, अगर आप खुद भी अपना बिजनेस वहाँ पे करना चाहते हैं, अपना बिजनेस एक्सपैंड करना चाहते हैं,
जा सकते हैं,
आप जा सकते हैं। मान लीजिए
लॉट्स ऑफ मनी।
हाँ जी, $8 लाख आपको 5 से 7 साल के लिए इन्वेस्ट करना है।
कौन प्रोवाइड करेगा
ये पैसा आपको लाना है।
फाइनेंस फैसिलिटी है आपके पास?
हमारे पास
कोई अगर गरीब बच्चा है और पढ़ना चाहता है तो उसके लिए क्या सुविधा आपकी तरफ से?
नहीं सर, देखिए वो कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट चीज़ पे चले गया। ये इन्वेस्टमेंट की तरफ अगर आप इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं तो आपको हम ग्रीन कार्ड, अगर आप ग्रीन कार्ड आपके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है तो आप इन्वेस्टमेंट के थ्रू ग्रीन कार्ड ले सकते हैं।
इसका हुआ कि ये सेकंड ऑप्शन है कि अगर जो बच्चा अमीर है या जो माँ बाप अमीर है।
सिर्फ पढ़ाई के लिए नहीं होता है सर। देखिए, ज़्यादा करके ऐसे लोग करते हैं जिनके बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, आप अपना बिजनेस एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं, आप पूरी फैमिली यूएस में जाकर सेटल हो सकते हैं। आप वहाँ पे
ये एक अच्छा रास्ता है
बिल्कुल
आपकी तरफ से जी, इसमें पूरा सहयोग जी। तो थैंक यू वेरी मच अभिषेक जी, आपने इस तरह की इन्फॉर्मेशन आम दर्शकों के लिए दी है।
थैंक यू सर, धन्यवाद, थैंक यू सो मच।
Namaskar friends, meet Fatima ji, and here is a one like a Canada this is the one country. This one is country Grenada. And siege here for what purpose? Please tell me, ma'am, what is your opinion and what do you say?
So we are developers in Grenada and investing in our project you can get Grenadian passport which they call Golden Passport of Grenada.
What is the procedure to go there?
So it's very easy, you don't need to pass any exams, you don't even need to visit the country, everything done online. So you have to have only enough fund to invest in our project and be in good health with no criminal records. And yeah, that's it. Within 6 to 8 months you will get the passport.
And how much spent for visit there?
For a family of 4 with a husband, wife and 2 children below 17 years old, it will be approximately $300,000.
Only. And which facilities provide your country?
So with this passport you can travel without visa to 145 countries like United Kingdom, Europe Union, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Russia, China. You can visit without visa. And also Grenada is offshore financial center, so there is no any taxation for any income from overseas. And also Grenada has a very good medical university. With Grenadian passport, you and your children can get a sponsorship which covers up to 90% of study. And this university recognized by the United Kingdom and all the Commonwealth countries and as well as USA.
And what is the procedure for PR, permanent resident?
It's not permanent resident, it's a passport.
Only passport.
So it's a passport.
And what will you do to how get PR?
You just have to invest in this project.
Only that way. Thank you.
If you're interested in our project, please reach us out through our website or emails. You can reach us. Thank you.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, रसिन जी हमारे साथ में हैं। रेजिडेंसी एंड सिटीजनशिप के लिए जो थ्रू इन्वेस्टमेंट जो बाहर जाना चाहता है अलग अलग कंट्री में, वेबसाइट है उसमें क्लिक करके या उनसे इंफॉर्मेशन लेके, तो सर जी कुछ कहना चाहेंगे दर्शकों के लिए?
हम एक्चुअली ग्रुप ऑफ कंपनीज हैं जिसमें हमारा डिफरेंट वर्टिकल्स में हम काम करते हैं। एक हमारा डिवीज़न है माइग्रेट वर्ल्ड, जिसके थ्रू हम रेजिडेंसी प्रोवाइड करते हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट में। जितना आप इन्वेस्टमेंट लगाओगे उसके हिसाब में आपको रेजिडेंसी मिलेगी। दूसरा डिवीज़न जो मैं मैनेज करता हूँ वो है रेजिडेंस वीज़ा और बिज़नेस। अगर किसी का इंटरेस्ट है बिज़नेस खोलने में दुबई में, तो हम वो रेजिडेंस वीज़ा और दुबई में बिज़नेस दोनों खोल के दे सकते हैं।
किसी ने अगर खोलना है तो उसके लिए हाउ मच
मिनिमम कॉस्ट आएगा आपका इंडियन रुपीज़ में 5 लाख रुपये
ओनली।
और जो आजकल हर चीज़ के पास है।
PR भी साथ में मिल जाएगा।
PR मिलेगा 2 साल का, जो रिन्यू होता है। जैसे जैसे लाइसेंस रिन्यू करेंगे एवरी ईयर, उसके अंदर आपका वीज़ा भी रिन्यू होगा।
परमानेंट रेजिडेंसी नहीं,
परमानेंट रेजिडेंसी बाकी कंट्रीज़ में होता है, EU कंट्रीज जब इस पर काम करते हैं।
दुबई में नहीं।
आपका बिजनेस खुलेगा, उसके बेसिस पे आपका
तो जो बिजनेस है वहाँ पर वो आप प्रोवाइड करेंगे कि ये जो एक बंदा है वो अगर स्पेंड कर रहा है 5 लाख, तो बिजनेस आप प्रोवाइड करेंगे वहाँ पर या उसको खुद तय करना होगा?
बिजनेस का रजिस्ट्रेशन हम प्रोसेस कंप्लीट करके देंगे, आपका वीज़ा का प्रोसेस कंप्लीट करके देंगे। आपने बस बताना है कि आपको किस तरह का बिजनेस।
लेकिन एक्चुअली अननोन पर्सन जो है वो कैसे जानेगा कि वहाँ क्या क्या है और कैसे करना होगा काम?
अब यहाँ पर अगर अननोन पर्सन कोई फील्ड पे काम कर, मान लीजिए ट्रेडिंग कर रहा है, तो उसको पता है एक चीज़ की ट्रेडिंग कर रहा है, जैसे वो शर्ट हो गया, कपड़े हो गए, सूट्स हो गए, तो इसी इंडस्ट्री को हम कनेक्ट करेंगे आपको वहाँ के डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स के साथ, ये हम कर सकते हैं। और ये कन्फर्म है कि वहाँ पर जो 5 लाख स्पेंड कर रहा है इस बिजनेस के लिए, कि वो या वहाँ उसको पूरा कवर कर पाए। लाइसेंस मिल जाएगा, लीगली काम करने का ऑप्शन मिल जाएगा, कनेक्ट हम आपको करा देंगे लोगों से। आप उसके बाद किस तरह से अपना रिलेशन बनाओगे और किस तरह से उस अपॉर्चुनिटी को यूज़ करोगे, वो आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। लॉस एंड प्रॉफिट उसका है, हम सिर्फ ब्रिज हैं इस पार से उस पार पहुँचाने का। तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, थैंक यू वेरी मच। यू वेलकम, थैंक यू।
सर जी थैंक यू वेरी मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने आम दर्शकों के लिए इस तरह की इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है ताकि सभी भारतवर्ष से जो भी युवा बाहर जाना चाहता है ऑल कंट्रीज़ में, वो आपसे मिलेगा और अवश्य अपना जो उनका जीवन है उसको सही कर पाएगा बेशक बाहर जाएगा।
थैंक यू वेरी मच, ऑल द बेस्ट, थैंक यू, गुड जॉब, वेल डन, थैंक यू।
Friends, good evening. Here is Katrina with me in Lee Madden Hotel, and she introduced
MIBS group.
Say something for the all persons all worldwide.
Yes,
You
I'm
tell
very
me.
happy that I met my new friend. Also, the videos that is a very good producer. And now I will present you MIBS. MIBS group. We are the biggest residential developer in Athens. We have 40 years experience in the real estate market, and we have 22 different nationalities. Also, we will talk about Greece now. We have investment program, the Greek Golden Visa, that is very interesting and attractive because when you invest your money to buy, let's say, a property in Greece with minimum amount 2,050,000 euros, also you get the advantage to get a golden visa that you can travel to Schengen zone countries without visa. Also, Greek golden visa is for 3 generations. you don't have minimum stay requirement, you don't have test, it's very easy procedure and very popular. So we are waiting for you in Greece.
Thank you very much and welcome in India. How many time in India?
This is my second time.
Second time, and how do you feel?
Like a local.
Like a local, local to vocal, local to vocal. Actually, you like Modi ji?
Yes.
Yeah, Modi ji, our Prime Minister of India.
I know, of course I know.
And G20 summit just finished before 2 or 3 days, and 20 countries participate in G20. And how do you like, and what give you message to another?
He's the best.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. Namaste.